Y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all know what happened today.
A lot to talk about.
All right. But yeah, I hate the stupid PC and the stupid ass fan. It's super loud. Yeah, but where should we start though? Where should we start?
Let's talk about Outriders first.
Outriders, yes.
That's what kicked off everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So last month, or late last month, because they announced that Outriders was launching day and date into Game Pass. We have it launched, yesterday. A lot of people logging in on a lot of times PC having a lot of troubles. Obviously, us on consoles having a lot of troubles with disconnecting and connecting to the servers. So I guess Square Enix and People Can Fly was not expecting this sort of a surge in player usage. Their game got some hype over the past couple weeks, and
which is crazy though, because it got 2 million players on the demo. So
yeah,
I mean, granted, not all those 2 million were gonna. They didn't think they're probably going to show up, but still. Though.
Yeah, I guess the 2 million for a demo, I guess based on their metrics, they probably was comparing to like other game service games, like probably I forgot how much Destiny had and Division and stuff like that. So maybe who knows, but it launched. We're playing it. We finally got to get on just a little bit today. Like today, we finally got to play with each other. But let's hear your thoughts on the game so far. Like, like how you liking it? Your real game versus demo, and pretty much tell us about your progress, what you found, and where the game sits with you right now. And I'm gonna mute my mic, but I'm listening.
All right. I think real game versus demo. I mean, I think they're pretty comparable. There's nothing from the demo that was drastically changed in the retail version, except the cutscenes. I think the cutscenes are finally running at 60, and there is a way that you can turn off that shaky camera if you don't like it. It's in the settings, so if you don't like that camera shakiness, there is a way to turn that off.
Why is it on by default though? That's just...
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. That is weird because I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, pretty much my impressions from the retail is pretty much the same from the demo. It's super generic. They're not raising the bar by any means. And graphically, it could pass for a last gen game. But like I said about the demo, I'm having a ton of fun with the game. I think the game is a lot of fun. It's like well crafted. It's like it just works. Like everything just works, from the gunplay to the cover system, to the powers. Like everything just works. So I'm having a ton of fun. I'm on level. My character is like level 18. I think I'm on like either the fifth city hub. And there's actually more to the game than what the demo showed, obviously. So like there's like assassination quest where you have to kill like a certain enemy, and then you have animal hunts where you kill these creatures and you get loot for them and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. The powers are freaking awesome. So on the PS5 demo, I played as the Pyromaniac or something. Not Pyromaniac.
Pyromancer,
but, yeah, Pyromancer. But on Xbox, I switched to the Trickster.
Mm-hmm.
And Trickster is GOAT, man. If you're playing the Trickster on Outriders, you know what I'm talking about, man. Beautiful. His abilities are amazing, like the time warp where you can warp behind the enemy and shoot him in the back. I'm using this ability called Knives, where you throw like a dagger and it ricochets on enemies, and then all those enemies, like if you shoot one enemy, all those enemies will take damage from that one shot, but then you can just like kill them off once you get done with the main one. But it's great. I think people need to try this game before they write it off. They definitely need to try it. But like I said, it's generic. It's nothing new, but it just works. It's a game that works, that doesn't, like, I haven't run into a bug or any glitches. I did have that one crash that I got booted out the game that we were on, but that's the only negative that I have technical wise about the game. But the game is super fun, and I just encourage people to give it a try, especially if you have Game Pass. It's like a no-brainer if you got Game Pass. I understand if you're on PlayStation, you only have a PlayStation, you don't want to drop to 60 because it you don't think it's gonna live up to your expectations, but just give it a try, man. I encourage everybody to give it a try. It is really good. It's really good.
Yeah, I agree with you on a lot of things. Visually, it's not the best looking game we've seen. Right now it's passable. Last gen visual, so nothing too impressive. I mean, I like the performance of the game. I'll give it that. But it's something about the gameplay and the gameplay loop that just keeps me wanting to play. And then I'm upset with it right now because of these damn server issues trying to get connected and whatnot. Was trying to get at least like another hour in before we went live, but yeah, and like even though it has a story, even though I don't know whether to take it serious or not, because your character kind of has like just these goofy ass moments, but the landscape and the environment of the game, even though we say we don't praise it for its visuals, it does have some good looking locations there that are pretty detailed. But man, I love the game. I stuck with I carry my stuff over from the demo. I'm a pyromancer. It's my favorite class only because I'm not that type of person. You have a little bit more of you're willing to try different things, just like you are more apt to play different genres of video games, right? You could do multiple genres. Me, like, you can't just throw any genre at me and I expect to like it. It has to do something to make me like it. So when I feel like the pyromancer is that character, if you just play the average third person action over the coverage like shooter, you pick the pyromancer because he kind of just fits that balance. I'm coming from Gears of War, so that's the closest character I can relate to, even though Gears of War don't have all the special powers and stuff. But in terms of it, when I'm playing it like a shooter, until get yourself powered up to like really rely on your abilities, the pyro is the best person to use. I know the other characters are special for up and close. I feel like I'm not good enough to be up in anybody's face like that. But I'm horrible in all games when I have to do long range attacks. Like, I can't snipe for shit. Like, so I didn't pick who specializes in like fucking long range shit.
Like a technomancer?
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah, so I was like, the pyro's that nice balance for like, mid range, you can fight in close combat, but you don't have to rely on it, and you got, a lot of moves that would, to keep you protected and safe. So I've just been enjoying my time with the game, and the thing about these games though that's been a little bit difficult, because this is a difficult game, by the way. Like, I don't want nobody to walk around and be like, all right, this is a difficult game. After a while, you just can't play the shit by yourself. Exactly. I learned that shit the hard way. Fucking spider, the damn that shit is crazy.
And then they got those world tiers, so every world tier that you rank up,
the difficulty cranked up, and I'm like, bruh, I was like, why am I playing on this shit? I was like, I just got to, like, so the thing is about this game is that it's difficult, but the thing and we experienced it earlier, is like, all right, when I was in my initial playthrough, I got to a certain point. But when you start playing with other people, obviously you're further ahead than I am, and I'm further ahead than my friends I was trying to help like do co-op with. So it does. I don't know if they have a hard time explaining, or it's not basic enough to keep us in a loop. Like, I invite you to my game, I think we should stick on my quest line. But if a player didn't touch this, then this thing is disabled. That confused me. So we still got to figure that out on what's going on. But We managed to work our way back to where I was in a matter of like 20 minutes, though, which I don't know if that's a bad thing. I was like, damn, I'm not that far.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. I mean, I understand it though, because if a person hasn't experienced what you've experienced, and it's spoiler territory for them. So I understand why they make you go back to the person who isn't as far as you would. But it is annoying. And so like you touched on the story, and the story is actually pretty cool. Like it's good enough to keep me engaged in it. Yeah. So I'll say it's nothing blowing my mind or anything like that. But it's good enough just to keep me engaged. But I will say one thing that I don't like. Yeah. I think the character creation was tacked on at the last minute. I think People Can Fly wanted to go with a white male protagonist. It shows through like the voice acting and all, and the character creation itself. Yeah, like it kind of shows that. Yeah, maybe a Caucasian.
This game was delayed, multiple times, and I feel like they probably had just preset like a set of characters for each like dude. Like, all right, you're gonna play as this pyromancer or whatever. He's gonna have a distinctive look. You're gonna play as this type. These gonna be individual. Like, you know how like Overwatch is. You got characters that just, all right, these are their characters for these type of things, and nothing. You're not changing anything. Sure, you get different costumes and shit, but you want to play. I can't even think of this name. You want a heavy. All right, this is these 3 special heavies in this game. Right. This is their characters. This is their traits. I think they probably was gonna go that route with this game, and things probably changed. It was like, you know what, we should make this more customizable, because the customization in this game is terrible. Like it sucks. Like I mean, bro, like even down to the hair, they don't have just regular black hair, and I'm not talking about like nappy or like having a fade or anything. I'm talking about the color. You can't, if you chose the closest thing you get to black is gray or platinum. Like, so it's like, all right, I gotta get rid of, like, because my guy got cornrows and I need to get rid of them because they just don't look good.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's like
they could at least like put different voiceovers.
Yeah, because it's just one straight voice, right?
Right. Yeah, like we're some kind of Walker Texas Ranger type shit, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, it's overall, yeah, when you get past, like, so obviously when you look at games like, you know, other games in that genre, right? They either gonna go full in on customization, or they're gonna remove that option for you, and it's everything else is just more so cosmetics, right? So I felt like they could have left that alone, because it's not the best, you know, idea of customization that I want to do. Like, but beyond that point, I mean, there's obviously some other flaws in this game where it shows that, I don't know if it's like budget or like, hey, this thing can't really hang with the constant cutscenes, unnecessary cutscenes, and they're not just cutscenes, they're screen break cutscenes, where it goes to black and it'll be just for him to take 2 steps to let you know, hey, I'm entering this section now.
Ridiculous. Yeah, that probably was a budget thing, and they did say why they did that. I just can't remember why they made that, but it's annoying. It really is annoying. Because it's like because it's all kinds of doors everywhere. Yeah. And it's just a nuisance. It's just
they lucky these next generation consoles like cut down load times like crazy. Because I don't even know what the normal load times is, but I can't imagine like, yo, bro, like this, we're gonna have to wait to this. Let me go get something to drink while he walks into the next door. But so the load times, because there's a lot of like loading and cut breaks, but it's quick, so it's minuscule at that point, but it's noticeable when you have to, you know, the screen goes to black every time you do an action, you know,
every time. Yeah, but I like it. It's like I'm borderline loving it. But I'm just at this one section that I need help. I need partners. Yeah.
Cause you've been trying to lone wolf this shit, bro. Like, you've been playing like,
and I've been getting through it, but it's just this one section. I don't want to spoil it, but it has to do with like a battlefield, and when I tell you, those snipers got, like you said when we was playing, they got auto aim, aim assist, auto aim sliders turned to the max. Oh my god! I mean, I'm just getting one shot have you damn near dead.
Yeah, so, absolutely. It's the snipers in the game. And those fucking grenades that have this crazy radius. They have this, like, the crowd turns around, like, all right, where can I go that's not in the radius, like, of the grenades? And then they have like those these mini bosses who shoot them, and their radius is even bigger. And none of these are like
the good thing about the grenades. I'm sorry. The good thing about the grenades, though, they do hit the enemies if the enemies are in that radius. So they do damage enemies if the enemies are caught in that radius field. So that's good. That's good. I didn't realize that. But and I know it sounds like we're giving a game like grief. No, I'm like, we love the game. Like I like the game, but these are obviously the flaws that you're gonna pick up on. But it's none of these are stopping me from playing the game. What's stopping me from playing the game is not being able to connect to the damn server. They're working on it.
Yeah, so you said you're level 18.
Level 18, yeah, world tier 7.
World tier 7. I'm a level. I think I made after we were playing. I might have gotten to level 13. World tier. I'm still world tier 6 though.
And the loot drops are great.
Yeah, they are.
There's tons of loot. So that is a good thing. There's chests, enemies drop loot, bosses drop loot. The creatures, once you get to the big game hunt.
Yep.
The creatures drop the best loot so far that I've seen, because they drop epic loot, which is the purple.
Yeah.
So that's good. The loot is good.
I still haven't gotten a legendary item. You got what? 2? You got a couple, right?
You got one in a demo.
You got one in a demo, but that your demo play was on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So
no. On Xbox.
Oh yeah. You put it. Yeah, you started. I forgot. You got the Xbox before the game actually came out, so you were able to get some time in.
Right.
Cool, because I didn't get a legendary in a demo or even in my playthrough now, so that's why I'm like, I don't mind going back and playing with like my friends who are like behind me and whatnot. Maybe I could grab something in that process. But where I'm stuck at is that side mission that where you got disconnected at before we ended for the day. That side mission and that damn spider right after it. that spider, yo, I felt like I'm gonna end up grabbing some gameplay, but I could have sworn I was fighting that spider for about 30 minutes, and in the first 15 minutes I only cleared his first health, because he got like 3 sections of health. And it took me 15 minutes to clear like one of those. I'm like, bruh, like I can't be doing this shit by myself. I'm gonna try to pull up that gameplay if I could.
Yeah, and in each tier that the spider has, he does different attacks. So
yes, in the first tier he shoots out miniature spiders, and then the next tier he throws out these bigger exploding spiders, right? Yeah.
And then the third tier is even crazier than that. Once you get there, you'll see. Because that was a pain. That was a pain. I died at least like 4 or 5 times on that boss. But
yeah, I'm showing the spider fight now. This shit fucked me up. But yeah, man, Outriders out now on Xbox, PlayStation, PC. It's available in Game Pass if you are a Game Pass member. I mean, if you're on Xbox out.
What a time to have an Xbox.
Yeah, man. If you're on Xbox, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't have Game Pass, because we're going to segue over into another section, because, Xbox also did their games with gold for April. And
attention.
No, because it's complete trash. And games with gold has been trash, I think, since right before Game Pass came out. But the thing is, I want to, pose a question to people, because a lot of people are, talking about it and they're complaining about it. They're protesting it, like, oh, we deserve better. If you have Xbox Live Gold, right, you probably have Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, what the hell does games with gold matter at that point? Because you're paying for Game Pass, which comes with gold, which comes with those 3 games a month that they put in. It's like, to me, I haven't downloaded the last game I downloaded with with games with Gold, other than Indiana Jones, but that was just more so because it was an original Xbox game. Went to see how it played. It was Tomb Raider 2013. I did that. It was like whatever, because that shit doesn't really like. I don't play games with Gold games.
Is games with Gold like if you have is that a automatic conversion to Game Pass? Like if you have games with Gold, are you automatically just converted to Game Pass?
You mean Xbox Live Gold?
Yeah, Xbox Live.
You can't. I mean, yeah. Technically, pretty much how it works is if you buy, let's say, an Xbox Live like card today, right? Mm-hmm. And you currently have Game Pass or a Game Pass trial. When you activate that Xbox Live Gold membership, the 12-month membership, Xbox is going to prompt you to upgrade it to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and it's going to turn into like probably at that point maybe a year or two or something like that of Game Pass Ultimate. Okay. And so the thing is that I don't know many people who's on Xbox Live Gold, like paying for Xbox Live Gold, that's not paying for Xbox. That's not on Xbox Game Pass.
I mean, it's got to be a lot because everybody's not converted.
Yeah, everybody's not converted, but it's just weird to like at this point. You're better off playing for Xbox Game Pass than you are paying for Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah, I agree.
It makes no sense. That's why I'm like for all the people that's paying for Xbox Live Ultimate and you're looking at these games with Gold drops, shut up. I'm sorry. Would you rather them invest in games with Gold or Game Pass? I'd rather Game Pass. If we're gonna get Outriders and fucking the next game we're gonna talk about and all these other games in Game Pass, I don't give a fuck what you put in games with Gold because I'm not gonna download it. I'm not. All I see games with Gold as is an extension to Game Pass. Regardless, it's free to me at the end of the day. Like I don't play every game that's in Game Pass. So I'm like, go ahead.
Do you think they should just get rid of games with Gold?
I don't care what they do with games with Gold. At the end of the day, like its impact is so minuscule because of Game Pass. Had it not been for Game Pass, if it wasn't for Game Pass, then I would have an issue with games with Gold when you look at what PlayStation Plus does. But because of Game Pass, games with Gold doesn't matter. It's just more extra games that like it's whatever. So yeah, I'm not gonna say they should get rid of it because that's less games we're getting a month. Right? You know, regardless, somebody's playing it. So I'm not going to protest and be like, get rid of games with Gold because I just say, hey, they got Game Pass. I'm seeing an investment in Game Pass. I'm seeing a return. I don't give a fuck. With games with Gold, if it's games with Gold versus Game Pass, no, I'm going with Game Pass every day. Right now on PlayStation, right? You got PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus. Where's the investment going for PlayStation? PS Now or PS Plus? PlayStation is putting that investment in PS Plus. Right. Xbox is putting their investment in games with Gold. That's why PS Now can't hold a stick to Game Pass, but games with Gold can't hold a stick to PlayStation Plus.
So then, to me, it sounds like they just need to cancel Xbox Live Gold. They just need to be done with it and just have Game Pass.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean there's a couple things, right? And I'm gonna turn some light on because I feel like I'm losing light. Like I don't know if you guys can still see me or is the most of the light's coming from the TV. I'm gonna turn on the light. Give me 1 second, all right?
I can see. I'm botting? Oh no. Let me check my mic levels real quick.
All right. My bad, dude. My bad. All right, so.
Do I sound robot-y to you? Am I botting to you?
Not to me. I can't hear it.
Okay, somebody said I was botting in the chat, so.
All right. Like say a sentence or something.
Do I sound clear to the chat? Do I sound robotish or am I coming through?
All right, so.
Do I sound robot-y to you?
Nope. I just put the thing on from YouTube and you sound fine. Okay. So games, this is how I look at it. Sure, they can, it's not needed. Eventually it's going to go away, right? And this is also brings my argument to is the update. Because if you're in the Xbox Insider program, the thing's been updated so we could play free to play games without Xbox Live Gold. Right. Here's a problem with that. I don't know anybody in the Insider Hub that isn't paying for Xbox Live Gold or Game Pass. You know what I mean? It's not like. So it's weird. The thing is, and this is why they should have done that a long time ago. But here's a problem with this, right? Not many people are going to be able to demo this thing, right? Because they either have Game Pass Ultimate or they have Xbox Live, right? Or if not both, right? So the thing is that, sure, you can play Call of Duty Warzone right now and Fortnite on Xbox Live online without paying for gold. But the problem is everybody that's testing it is already paying for it because they're playing other games that require it.
Right.
And that's why I never understood the argument with the only people who would be in a situation are those true casuals. You know what I mean? Right. Who don't pay for online, like a true casual, like, hey, I only want to play for Fortnite, and they're not in the insider program. They're not. Right. They don't know it exists. So this is why I never understood those complaints by people being like, oh, Xbox need to change this, and I get the sentiment, I get it, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay. If I'm playing NBA 2K, Battlefield, and Fortnite, what does it matter at that point if I'm playing? Because if I'm not exclusively playing Fortnite, if I'm gonna need it, because every game that I spend a full $60, $70 on is gonna require it if I want to play the game multiplayer. That's what, like, Outriders isn't free. It's not. You need Xbox Live Gold. You need PlayStation Plus. That's why I didn't understand that flex that people had. Oh, free to play games are free. I was like, okay, but none of you guys are actually taking advantage of that because you're paying for the service. You're paying for Xbox Live. You're paying for Plus anyway. You're doing that because the other games that you play still needs the service. So what's the argument for it? Like, I never understood the argument. Because right now, even though that it's free, it doesn't change a thing for somebody like me because I still got to play my other games that require it.
Right. I mean, I guess I just see it as there's no additional cost to the cost of paying for PSN and stuff like that. I mean, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get it.
I just don't see it like you.
If every free to play game was like a Fortnite situation where you didn't need the service, then I mean, okay, I can understand that. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Now it's the weirdest thing. It's like people will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna they'll hype up Nintendo and PlayStation and stuff, and they'll buy these games that do require their online service to play online, pay for it, and then hype that they can play free to play games for free when they're not playing them for free because you're paying for the service. Nobody never. Every time I brought that up, it was like, oh, it's the principle. It's the principle. It's like, all right, whatever. I give up. But I'm happy they removed the paywall. The biggest change to me is that Xbox Live Party is now no longer locked behind the paywall. Which it was a part of the, so right now, anybody because if you're not on the Xbox Live Gold or Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you can go and log in and you can still participate in party chats and stuff like that. So that was a more so of a bigger deal, but these free to play games thing kind of didn't really change a thing for me, unfortunately. It's like I have access to it, but I'm not going to cancel my Game Pass just to see if it worked. I'm just not doing it.
Is the games with Gold, are they in Game Pass, or those two separate?
They're separate. They're separate subscriptions, but when you go into Game Pass, it's a part of it. It just says games with Gold because Xbox Live Gold is part of Game Pass Ultimate. Right, so it's going to be advertised. So there's actually a difference between Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate. So Game Pass gets all the Xbox games and whatnot, but it doesn't. You still need Xbox Live to play those games online if they have an online component. So and that's why that one's cheaper. However, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate comes with Xbox Live Gold, which gets you the online play, and it comes with EA Play, which EA Play is not a part of regular Game Pass. It's only a part of Ultimate. So the library does grow with that difference, and then of course Ultimate gets Xbox games with Gold because it comes with Xbox Live Gold. So that's another set of games that service gets. So pretty much, yeah, Xbox Live Gold is kind of really like just weird like option that's there that's not really necessary anymore.
Not really needed. From what you're saying, is not really needed. It should go away.
Yeah, I mean, it should. It really should at this point, because it's like, but I also think they should drop the paywall for just playing multiplayer regardless. You know what I mean? The value of Game Pass really, I think what's going to change is like, you get the games, right? So you can still have your tiers, right? This is how the tiers should work. The tiers should be based off how you're using it. Pretty much like, all right, am I just exclusively playing it on a console? All right, then this is my price. It should be a little bit of a reduced price because I'm only using it on Xbox consoles. Am I only using it on mobile? It's $5 a month. It should be. Am I only using it on PC? It should be just $10 a month. Now, to have access to all of them, regardless, all right, to have all of them, yeah, then that should be the difference in price. Gotcha. The whole Xbox Live thing shouldn't matter. And then of course when they add Uplay and EA Play, those should be, obviously you want the premium, all right, so you get Game Pass Ultimate, and then you also get Ubisoft games and EA games and stuff, right, like that. I think that's what's going to be the difference maker, because right now the Xbox Live Gold, to me, the difference in Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate, that's going to go away. That's going to go away in time, and then the price difference is really going to be based around the cloud, PC, and console, and then if they get a family plan, which would change the price.
Yeah, they definitely need a family plan.
Yeah,
I would love that, because
I'm paying for two. I'm paying for two services because my kids game share, so they game share their Game Pass account. So I pay $15 a month for that, and then I pay $15 a month for my personal account. So.
Yeah, a family plan would be nice. I mean, even if it's like a limited, obviously it would be like a limited number, but that needs to happen. Yeah, because like I said, my son, he plays on the Xbox, and if I could just only pay for one Game Pass subscription, that would be sweet. Yeah, that would be sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. But Game Pass also have these cool perks and whatnot where, you I don't know if you've done their quests. Where
I have.
You've done all right.
It'll pop up and I'll hit it. Yeah, and then I'll get these points. I don't know what they for though. But
all right, so the points is the reward points. So right now I have 30,000 points, right? Which I can convert into an Xbox gift card or convert to like another month of Game Pass or some shit like that. Or me personally, you can use it on anything, but I use it towards Xbox gift cards or Game Pass, so I can buy cheap games and whatnot. So I think. That game Werewolf I was talking about, right? That I wanted. Somebody donated me $25 for half of it. The other half was paid for because of Game Pass quests, because I had got enough points to buy a $25 gift card. Okay. So that's what I used it on. But yeah, it's a lot of perks. And the thing is, I don't know if you even check. You also, Game Pass, I believe, is still offering Disney Plus, Game Pass Ultimate as you get like I think forgot. I don't know how long the trial is.
6 months.
6 months of Disney Plus. Spotify, I think, for 6 months. Discord Nitro. And then you get like in-game stuff for those free-to-play games if you play any of those shits. But I've done Disney Plus, and I did Spotify and Discord Nitro. That's what I took advantage with the Xbox Game Pass.
I didn't even know it was because I paid for Disney Plus already.
Yeah,
so I don't even realize.
No, absolutely. So, but first, before we get to the next topic, we're going to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Dope Boy Jay, Mr. Kima. We have who else did I see in here? Blandrew. Always good to see him. He was playing Battling Wonderworld on the Xbox. I was surprised. I thought he would play that on the Switch or something.
Is your trophy still on private, Blandrew? Hold up, man. We got to talk about that, man. No trophies on private, man.
Well, where did that come up? Who?
Oh no, he said it on Twitter. Yeah.
Okay.
that whole fiasco with the private trophies.
Oh, private trophies and stuff like that. I love showing off my trophies. I don't care.
It's raised back up from the dead.
So
hold up. Did you hear about the girl who
she the whole hard games and stuff, normal beating games on easy?
Yeah, stop shaming people for playing games on easy. Give me your thoughts on that, man.
Personally, I'm not gonna lie. I don't disagree with her. I don't have an issue with her take. Personally, I just don't. I do, because dude, I get shamed all the time for.
Oh no, it's a difference. You play easy games. You don't play games on easy though.
Yeah, all right, but that's the thing is, we're in a community, right, where we have a group of people that need something to gatekeep. They need something to like keep newcomers out or keep like exclusive to themselves. Everybody loves exclusive, right? People like, you know, when it comes to JRPGs, oh, you can't touch this, you're not good at that, so you shouldn't play it. Hard games like the Souls people, like nah, like it's like this era of gatekeeping. So what happens is you have people in the community that put rules on how games should be played and how they will be accepted, which makes some people feel unwelcome. But go ahead.
Real quick, we are not talking about a Souls type game, because those games are hard in general. All right, so
we're
not talking about that.
Let's make the discussion to easy, medium, hard, easy, normal, hard, right? Okay, cool.
Okay.
I do not disagree. Because there's games, right? I've beaten games on hard, I've beaten games on normal, and I've beaten games on the easy. There's some games where I don't give a fuck at, you know, if I'm challenging myself. I just want to just get through the game. Let me beat this game throughout the weekend and stuff. Majority of the games I would play on normal. Easy I typically don't do unless I'm super unfamiliar with the genre. But I'm not against it. I'm not against the whole like anti-gatekeepers of playing games on normal, easy, or hard. Like the whole game shaming. We talked about game shaming a little bit, but we were talking about it in the sense of the type of games I try out. But the difficulty setting, I think it's a situation where people should be able to play, you know, on whatever difficulty. I don't think it should limit what that person can say. Now, if you guys are talking about being skilled or who's better than who, or like, you know, being good and stuff, that's one discussion, but I don't think it eliminates what they can say about that said game. But with your take, because you obviously, it feels like you're on one end.
Yeah, I disagree, and I disagree on the stipulations that she gave.
What was her stipulations? Because I only saw the clips of her complaining.
Right, so I don't know what game she was playing, but it kind of sounds like she was playing The Last of Us from what her stipulations were. And so she was saying that she was trying to pay attention to the story and the lore, and trying to you know, hear the characters and everything that pretty much has to do with like the story and understanding the story and stuff like that. And that's where I disagree with her on that, because you can still pay attention to all of that on normal. Like playing on a normal difficulty doesn't make it hard for you to understand the characters and the story and to understand the lore to get it. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're playing it on hard, I understand it when you get to if it has combat. If you get to the combat and the combat is frustrating and stuff like that, I get that. But playing it on easy, I don't rock with that, especially if it's a game that doesn't like I don't want to say require you to play on easy, but like if you're playing on easy for the story, I don't understand that. I don't get that, because normal is not like normal is just what it is, you know, and you can get the story and all that stuff. I don't know, man. It kind of sounded like she was a certified bum. Like I just we are how can I put it? Like we are skilled enough that we don't need to play games on easy.
I mean, it's an option. It's an option for a reason.
Yeah, it's an option for like little kids or something. Like little kids play on easy because maybe they're just.
But
like
the game's rated. The game's rated mature. The little kids should be playing that.
I mean, okay, here you go. But I don't agree with that, man. We've been playing games way too long to be like, easy. That's my shtick, man. Easy's where I go. We are good enough. We can comprehend a story and be skilled enough to play on normal to get the whole picture of a video game.
Now, you said she said it because she wants to understand the story more.
Yeah, so she was like, I'm trying to understand the story. There's a lot of lore and like just stuff that had to go with her having to pay attention, pretty much. And so she does. I guess if it comes to combat, she didn't want to. Like she wants to breeze through the combat sections or whatever, just to get back to the story.
Now
that's how it seemed like to me.
And the funny thing is, though, when you pick a difficulty setting in most games, the first thing it says, especially in Ubisoft games, when you pick the easiest setting, if you want more of a story, if you want to focus on a story
right.
and stuff like that, that's usually the definition of easy. When you give that option, and then normal is usually like a balance and whatnot, hard more challenging, and then there's a difficulty before that. So I mean, she technically ain't wrong based on what they be putting in their own in video games. Like if when
okay, yeah, you got a point there. But there's nothing frustrating about normal.
No, I mean The Last of Us. Yeah, you play on any difficulty setting and get the entire story of The Last of Us. At that, you can. It's just the way it is. You know what I mean? So I do agree with you there. But just speaking in general, selecting a select game, like some people, like, hey, like I said, there's these rules that was in place that they put on in the gaming community. Like, you're not a gamer if you play games on easy. You're not a gamer if you don't beat this many games. You're not a gamer if you haven't tried this genre. I mean, and so I think this is just more so a revolt. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of these new people coming into the community playing games that weren't really gaming their whole entire like life and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? They're taking the easy way. Some people, some experience, some people who've been in the community, maybe they don't appreciate it. I really don't know. I really don't have when I start talking about people playing a game on certain difficulty levels, because I'm usually engaging with somebody that think they're better than me at video games. And so that's where it becomes a problem for me. You're like, if we're in the same, we're talking about video games and you're challenging my credibility, my opinion, you're saying my opinion doesn't matter because I'm not good in games. And then you turn around and playing games on easy, or you don't have this many trophies or this many achievements. That's when that discussion comes into play. I bring that discussion when somebody attacks my gaming credibility, but I'm not going to sit there and like judge everybody that plays games on easy, because people play game on easy. If you're not about that life, you're not in the community talking and like talking about like your big shit and that and trying to compare yourself to others and whatnot, then I can understand why people would get called out on playing the games on difficulty. If you're a regular casual person playing video games, I have no issue with anybody playing games on easy.
Okay, so you're saying casuals is the exception.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We got some super chats that I gotta read. Dexter M. Shout out to Dexter, man. He's cool dude. He says
he's a good dude. Yeah.
He said we all know Dre plays on easy. So he said joking, bro. Emmanuel with the $5 super chat. He says smooth. You did great in that jiggy rap battle, especially round 3. Keep up the W's just like Xbox. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm all about stress-free gaming. Like that's the main reason why I don't play Dark Souls type of. I did beat Bloodborne, but I like Bloodborne.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't play the Souls type games because one, I suck at them, and two, they are frustrating, and so I'm about stress.
Those games get praised for having in-game cheats, like fucking tailored to fuck you up, which I don't like. Like, I have my issues with Bloodborne. I have my issues with Sekiro. There's fans of those games. after a while, when you get like to play them and getting into them, like, you know, you'll learn to like them. Like I learned to like Sekiro, I learned to like Bloodborne, but I can't play every game. I can't do a single Dark Souls game. I tried the Surge, I tried Lords of the Fallen. I tried what's that? The one I just got the update, Immortal Shell. Yeah. Hellpoint, all those games. It's like they don't impress me. I don't really. I like games that are not intended to be hard, but steals or borrows from their combat. You know what I mean? Like, for example, when God of War, you know, did this, like, you know, it's parry-based combat. Assassin's Creed went to their parry-based combat. Those combat systems were inspired by the likes of, like, you know, Bloodborne and the Souls games and stuff like that. I like gameplay like that, like action games, but there aren't meant to be some sort of fucking challenge dungeon. So,
yeah, those games were just like measuring, like people just use that for measuring stick. I'll say, I'll put it like that.
Yeah, I mean, because I had a discussion over the weekend. I don't know, I'm not sure if you're familiar with that Weapon Wheel post that people were talking about, like they were ranking who's the best gamer in Weapon Wheel, which is complete garbage. It was one of the worst lists. There's a lot of people capping, deriding.
I think that was based off skill, right?
Skill, yeah. What skill are they based on now? Are we talking about a particular game or a particular shooting? Because, and personally, and I will say this with confidence, and I say it to their face, I'm not at the bottom of I should be top 3. I am not afraid to admit somebody's better than me at fucking games or more diverse than me. Like, I give, you know, Black Bonus credit and stuff like that because he plays on PC. All those dorks play fucking specialized games and shit, right? So he does. So I'm gonna show you. All right, so he's probably better than I am. Jack Move. I'm not. I mean, Jack. The thing is, Jack Move plays a lot of diverse games and stuff like that, and he plays games that I would get made fun of for playing on Xbox or if I was to stream. Like, he plays like Shantae and shit like that.
That's true.
And stuff like that. And I played Shantae equivalents on Xbox and got shit for it. So it's like, like the thing is, Jack and BG, they play games because they play on PlayStation. Their games are respected, so they give like, oh, he's good at, you know, The Last of Us or Uncharted multiplayer, so they're very good, and they beat Bloodborne. I beat Bloodborne. Like, I don't get the same credit. Like, I play on Xbox. Most of the games on Xbox are multiplayer centric. I hold my own. I can go toe to toe in Halo 5. I can go toe to toe in Gears. Like, I hold my own. Like, and I can do the sports games if I wanted to. So I was like, if we're talking about like a particular game, sure, I'm pretty sure these dudes would thrash me in like a Battlefield or an Uncharted or some shit like that. But if we start playing games that, you know, we're all equally good at, I mean, chances are I'm gonna come out on top. And if you want to talk about diverse games, I've been up there. I've been always finishing number 1 or number 2 annually in games beat. I've beaten a fair share RPG. The only RPGs I don't sit there and play through are JRPGs. But I'll play a Western RPG, I'll play an action RPG and get through them and put more hours than most of these games that these dudes don't play. Like, but suddenly I get ranked so low in fucking video games. Like, where are you guys getting this list from? Like,
I think with BG, I think it's because he plays like a lot of those.
Nigga plays Rogue Company and Souls. Like, that don't mean shit. Like, a lot of people play Souls.
I mean, that's the thing. I don't think it's off his multiplayer skills because, like, we really haven't seen him play like a lot of multiplayer like that. Yeah. Like, it's just like you said, it's just been Rogue Company, Uncharted 4. And that's like really the only two that I can really think of.
No,
like,
and The Last of Us, and he claims Battlefield. He did early days of like.
I never seen him play Battlefield.
They haven't played it in like 10 years, but
okay. But like Call of Duty, I don't see.
And I hold my own in Call of Duty. I'm not even a Call of Duty fan. At least this year's Call of Duty, I hold my own. Right. Like, but like in terms of like games, I beat games that they haven't touched, like legit games, like, you know, the Outer Worlds, the Assassin's Creed series, the Immortals. Fucking none of them beat Recore. I think I'm the only person which is one of the hardest games. It is one of the hardest games. Nobody know that because nobody played it. It is one of the hardest games. Like.
I wouldn't brag about Recore.
Hey, it's hard. People want to talk about Mega Man and all this other shit. Recore is one of those legit hard games, but nobody respects it. But like it was a horrible list, and a lot of people was trying to bring Mocha up because it was just sort of stupid. Like me and Jimmy get a lot of flack, but I'm better than a lot of those dudes in terms of video games. I know.
How do y'all settle it? What is the game that y'all can settle?
If I'm really this horrible, right? Bond has to see me in Gears 5, which he's been running. We were supposed to do 3 rounds in Gears 4. We only did 1. He ran. He got his dub and ran. Didn't even let me. I let him win because I wanted to be like, all right, I'm about to embarrass him. But we never got to do the last 2 rounds. Okay, so he took his dub and ran, and he's bragging about that. He can't see me in Gears 5. He won't see me in Gears 5. BG, I'd play him in NBA Madden or anything. Jack Move, I'll play in NBA and I'll play in Madden. I'll play in anything. Gears, Halo, or a sports game, or throw us in what's a recent game that's like, I don't know. Like we would have to play something that like somebody has to come on where somebody has to come out on top, every man for himself. Like,
well, I mean, there's some free for all games like that. You know, there's a lot. Yeah, okay. I mean, y'all gonna have to do something to settle this, man.
Yeah, we do, because I don't respect that whole. You know, I'm not just accepting being the bottom feeder, even though I'm like number 2 in games beat every time, number 1 or number 2.
I feel you.
Here we go. So the final thing we got to talk about is MLB The Show.
Woo.
So Xbox held out this news for yesterday, right? Because they didn't want people thinking it was a lie or a joke, a practical joke, right? Because another April Fool's joke came out. It wasn't an April Fool's joke though.
What was it?
Sony Japan shutting down.
Word.
I'm like, is this a joke? I'm not going to tweet about it because it's April Fool's Day. But I need
like the ones who made Bloodborne.
Yup, Knack. And
wow.
Yeah, because all their talent from the studio was leaving over time. Because I mean, rumor has it that they said Sony was abandoning the studio, so all the main talent sort of left. That's why every week you would see like a post like this person left Sony Japan, and then yesterday it was revealed that the shit shut down. So they're pretty much it's done. But that came out on April Fool's. I wanted to wait for that. Hey, this is a joke tweet. Didn't happen. So it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And that was one of my favorite games on PlayStation. So, but this morning, 9 o'clock, I woke up at 9:43, grabbed my phone off the nightstand, and I saw a tweet from Greenberg, which says, all his life, he never thought like he would be able to play MLB The Show on Xbox. He said. And then he's like, but he never thought it would come to Xbox Game Pass. Today, we're here to announce that it's coming to Xbox Game Pass day 1. Both versions, Xbox One and Xbox Series X. And wow.
Wow, yeah. That set Twitter ablaze.
Bro.
They are still crying, right?
It's like, all right. We thought Outriders was a big deal, right? We thought Outriders was a big deal. And it's MLB The Show, but it's like, it's like, think about the optics, right? This is a game made by PlayStation, a first-party PlayStation studio making this game. This game has been a PlayStation exclusive for however many games that's been in this franchise, right? And I just realized something, and I wasn't saying anything because I didn't want people to talk their shit, right? Yeah. The first gameplay reveal was shown on the Xbox Series X.
I think
I'm
so.
like, IGN had the preview.
I remember. I do remember that. I do know that.
The first box art was revealed on an Xbox.
Well, I kind of want to say like there was a gameplay trailer that was on PlayStation. That's what I want to say, but you may be right though.
Who had the first playable version of the game?
Xbox
Insider Program. I was playing it in February.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
So it's like Xbox technically. What it feels like if you go to GameStop right now, the MLB The Show banner is plastered in Xbox. It's in the Xbox section because Xbox now, since they got that partnership with GameStop, owns the first shelf space of GameStop. You walk in there, the banner, usually the big game that's coming out, the banner that's there is MLB The Show Xbox. So it's like they have a marketing deal. It's a legit marketing deal with a PlayStation first party fucking developed game. Day one in Game Pass. The advertisement has been for Xbox. This entire time, I thought it was just, all right, we get a version of the game. But the advertisement, you go into GameStop right now, the banner is an Xbox banner for MLB The Show.
Well, okay, so from my understanding is that Sony is not Sony is not publishing the Xbox version. Mm-hmm. It's MLB that's
MLB. Yeah, well, because this was a deal Xbox made version. With the MLB. The game Xbox. Right. I highly doubt Xbox got Game Pass rights from PlayStation. Because PlayStation don't even support their own fucking subscription base. So I doubt they would support Game Pass. So what MLB did was like, not only we make you make this shit go on Xbox, we gonna put that shit in Game Pass and let you sell that version to your PlayStation fans for $70 fucking. That's crazy. I'm not even a baseball fan, dog. I am not a baseball video game fan, but I was like, yo.
Like, yeah, I've been having a field day all day. I'm not a baseball fan in the slightest. I could give two F's about baseball. But this was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Because it was just so unexpected. Like, nobody's seen this coming. And to be coming from a PlayStation Studios game, the big thing is that it's going into Game Pass. Yeah. Like, that's the big thing. And that's what has PlayStation fans in a tizzy right now. Like, the way they're talking on Twitter, you would think this game is exclusive to Xbox. Like, it's crazy,
bro. Technically, the best way to play a PlayStation game is on Xbox right now. Just think about the optics. Just think about it, like, bro.
I mean, if it plays better on Xbox,
but fuck that. It's not even about playing better, nigga. You don't, bro. All right. There's so many factors. One example, my friend Darren is King. He used to do YouTube with me back in the day, right? Darren is King. The only game he got PlayStation 4, because he's a sports head. He does 2K, he does Madden. The only thing he got PlayStation 4 was MLB. Once it was confirmed that it was going to Xbox, right? He had no need to get a PlayStation at this point. He now had no need to get a PlayStation because he's going to buy the game. Now, obviously, he pre-ordered the game, right? And he went all out, and I think he pre-ordered the $90 one, which is the Jackie Robinson one. This news allowed him to cancel that pre-order and just wait for the shit to drop the Game Pass. So that's one optic one, right? Yeah. The other optic one, right? You have people on PlayStation, right, who could either buy this game on a PS4 for $60 and buy it on PS5 for $70, or they can buy the cross-gen bundle for $85, which is the cross-gen bundle is the one it locks. It's the only way you can get both of them without buying them separately, because you don't get the free upgrade. Mind you, just giving you on PlayStation, you do not get a free upgrade for this game. Ouch. So if you're going to buy MLB The Show for PS4 or whatever, you want to upgrade to the PS5, you have to buy the upgrade. That's it. So imagine that. Now we know, all right, they're not going to support smart delivery. So I already knew the game wasn't going to be supporting smart delivery off that, because they're not even going to support any type of delivery on PlayStation on their own first party game. They're not going to support smart delivery on Xbox. So when it came into the Xbox store to pre-order, you have two versions. You have the Xbox One version you can buy for $60, or you have the Series version you can buy for $70. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to buy it. Of course not. I'm just not going to buy it. I'll talk shit, but I'm not going to buy it. Now they throw this monkey wrench in there. It's like, not only is it on Xbox, but it's on Xbox Game Pass, which you could still probably get Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for $1, right? $1 fucking. So you're telling me, right, you have a choice to buy this game on PlayStation 5, just to go next gen only, for $70. Or you could download your next gen version, because both versions are going in the Game Pass. The Xbox One version and the next gen version. And the only way you have access to both versions on PlayStation if you buy the cross gen version at like $85. Yo, that is the big. So the beef is the beef is it's like PlayStation didn't do anything wrong in this case. This is MLB's deal. They took the money from Xbox to get this day one, and it's going on Xbox. You know, it's not going to PC because the game is not even on PC, but it's going on mobile, right? So PlayStation, the pressure's on PlayStation if they fans care, because typically their fans only want to buy games for $70. They only want to buy full price games, from what I heard. No, they don't do they don't do EBT gaming. They don't do EBT gaming. They only want to buy games. But apparently a lot of people's bad. Now there is some pressure for some of the people that just want a response to what Xbox did. The feedback is put it on PlayStation Plus, the launch month. Now, they already made the decision what they're doing for April for PlayStation Plus. What was that? Days Gone again, which now I know people was hyped about Days Gone, right? Here's the beef I have with the Days Gone thing. Here's my beef with Days Gone. Isn't Days Gone a part of the PS Plus collection when you get a PS5?
Lord,
it's already there. It's already there, and it was already a PlayStation Plus game. Am I not like? I'm like, all right. So you got Days Gone. That's the biggest one. All right. So all right, Days Gone. All right, cool. All right, cool. If you have a PS5, it doesn't matter because you already got it, a part of the PlayStation Classic, right? So this only affects you if you have a PS4 and you didn't buy Days Gone after all these years. Okay, cool. The other game is this game that keeps showing up at every PlayStation event. At every Oddworld. Oddworld's the other game, which was okay, which was looking so bad. So you got Days Gone, you got Oddworld now, and then on Xbox for Game Pass you got MLB The Show and Outriders. 2 AAA games, full price, day and date.
Listen, man. I understand where PlayStation fans are coming from, right? Mm-hmm. Because I get it. It's not the fact that it's on Xbox. It's the fact that it's in Game Pass.
Yeah,
I get it. I get that. But y'all brought this on yourself. Remember, every PlayStation fan, from what who I interacted with, doesn't like Game Pass. Every PlayStation fan will scream to the high heavens that they don't like Game Pass because it brings down the value of the product. Every PlayStation fan that I've interacted with says they don't care about Game Pass. They would rather spend $70 on PlayStation games, right? So now that you have this game going into Game Pass, right? Now everybody wants to switch up the tune and say, woe is me. Can you please put this in PlayStation Plus? Please, PlayStation. PlayStation is just listening to y'all. That's what they don't understand. They see us on Twitter. Well, they see y'all on Twitter saying PlayStation Game Pass is so garbage. I would rather pay $70 for my game. All they did was listen to you. That's all they did. So I don't understand why y'all so upset. That's all they did was listen to their customers when it comes to a subscription service. I've been telling y'all this, man. Game Pass is not bad, man. And now look, everybody wants it on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah,
let's PlayStation gamers, listen up. Just say you want a Game Pass equivalent service on PlayStation. It's just that simple. It is just that simple because I know I want it. It's just that simple. Now giving up $70 is a bad thing now because it's going into the Game Pass. Come on, man. Make it make sense, man. But what are we doing? What are y'all doing, man? I don't get it.
What was the biggest criticism?
Y'all brought this on yourselves, though.
What was the biggest criticism of Game Pass?
Game Pass fodder.
Yeah, no AAA games, no day-and-day games.
It brings down the value.
At this point, here's the thing. Here's what happened with Game Pass, right? And shout out to people who literally just got their Xbox consoles in the last 2 to 3 weeks because there's like, all right, I'm gonna try Game Pass because now they're getting trapped into the service. Because, all right, Outriders, all right, cool, we got Outriders. And then you're going to throw me MLB The Show, like some of you may be not baseball games, but now the thing is, what are you going to drop next month? Because now I'm curious. Because I was like, I haven't pre-ordered, like there's games that I was like, Outriders, like I said, was going to be day one pre-order. I was going to get that day one regardless. Right. So now I just what Game Pass has stopped me from doing is pre-ordering games as soon as they hit to the store. I have to wait literally about 20 days before it comes out to see if it's coming on Game Pass or not, to get that out, because now I'm like, okay, Outriders was one thing, and maybe that was an outlier, but you're telling me they're just bold to get MLB The Show. If you realize, as with this announcement right now, and when in 2 weeks when this game comes out, Xbox Game Pass will be the only subscription service that has every current sports game, not old shit from years, current this shit like in the last 6 months.
Speak on it.
Every current Madden, 2K, and now the game Madden and 2K, FIFA all receive recent next gen versions later, so they're technically still new. They didn't like. I'm not talking about the shit that came out in September and shit. Like these shit came out in like December and fucking November and stuff like that. You got FIFA, 2K21, 2K. Like what the fuck? You got Madden. You got MLB The Show. You got UFC is gonna be there shortly. You have every major sports game.
Yep.
In the service. Like that's crazy. Yep. That's it's like if you're on Xbox, you have to get Game Pass because at that point you're covered. You're covered.
When I got my Xbox, that's like I didn't even think about paying for a game at all because I knew I knew I was getting Game Pass off the rip. Like I didn't even think twice about paying for any game on Xbox. But listen, PlayStation fans' words are falling on deaf ears because, like I said, y'all been preaching that y'all love paying $70 for games, and that's what PlayStation is giving y'all. Y'all can't cry about it now, man.
That's
y'all should have
crazy.
been crying about it back then. Y'all cannot cry about it now, and like. PlayStation fans was eating good because you remember that when they was dropping new games like for these past couple months and stuff like that. You know, we was eating kind of good on PlayStation for a minute. But now when that stopped, you know, you're back to starving again, I guess. Yeah, man,
bro. Like I'm at the point where like, all right, I'm curious to see what because we're only in early April. They're gonna have their actual proper April drops, right? Because they usually announce like I think Game Pass get 2 major drops per month, where it's like a set of like 8 games, 6 to 8 games that come into the service. But we already got 2 of the major ones already announced. I'm curious. Like I said, I'm curious about man. Now I'm looking at like games like Scarlet Nexus, which is coming out in June. They technically don't have to announce that it's coming to Game Pass until June 1st.
And Microsoft,
and they have the marketing rights. They have marketing rights for that game. So that's a game that I plan on buying. I do plan on buying it. But you gonna tell me this shit gonna go on Game Pass on like June 1st or some shit like that? Yep. I'm gonna get it. So I'm looking at these games. I'm like, like who has the marketing rights for Resident Evil, or does anybody have PlayStation, right? All right.
So okay, so this is what I'm not liking about PlayStation right now, is that it's just like whatever they shove out, we just have to take, right? Mm-hmm. They're not giving us options, and that's the key word, options. They're not. That's what they are not giving us. They're not giving us options when it comes to certain features that can take advantage of these new TVs we bought. They're not, and they're not giving us an option of a Game Pass like service. Even though, okay, you could say PlayStation Plus is kind of like that, but not really. Yeah. But they're just not giving us options, and they're just shoving whatever they want down our throats. Because again, you guys like paying for $70 games. I don't.
I don't. I kept it funky. I said I'm not buying any game for $70. I haven't had to buy one yet, and I don't plan on. I haven't bought a $70 game for even when I had the PS5. I didn't buy anything for $70. I was like, I refuse. There's not a game on Xbox that I bought for $70. Call of Duty was a review code that I got. 2K, like I said, I bought that from dealer, so that was discounted. Assassin's Creed, well, it wasn't a full price game, but I got the review code for that. So the next game, the game that actually I may truly finally spend $70 on might be Ratchet, and that's if I get a PlayStation 5 on time again for that game. But I'm at a point where if Xbox is going to be doing drops like this, I mean, I don't feel personally, I don't feel the need to go rush out and replace my PS5. I can actually wait, because I've been completely satisfied. But it is, I'm just curious to see how, like, when news like this happen, I get curious, and I want to see how those guys that that jump ship, that went to on this crazy ass bandwagon parade, and how, I just want to know how it impacts them, right? You know what I mean? Of like, what's the take now? All right, what's the talking points now? Because I can't. I mean, everybody paraded around this whole Xbox has no games thing, but to me, I don't feel like Xbox ain't got no games. I mean, it just doesn't feel that way.
Especially if you're a newcomer, like. They don't see that. People who are just getting into the Xbox ecosystem and get Game Pass, when you say Xbox has no games, that falls on deaf ears to them. Because I mean, like, even to me, like, again, I've had an Xbox before, but I'm recently new to what Xbox is today. So when they say Xbox has no games, listen, I've downloaded 5 games so far already that I've never played before. So I'm like, I'm eating good on both sides.
Yeah,
so I don't get that. Like that sentiment is probably going to go away here pretty soon.
Oh yeah, no, it's gotta go. It's gonna get replaced with something. It's gonna get replaced with something. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's just weird that a PlayStation first party developed game is. It's just weird. I really thought, like, when I saw that tweet from Aaron Greenberg, right? The first thing I did was check, because you know how you see a tweet late and it'll be like from like 16 hours ago or some shit like that. And so that's the first thing I was like, let me check to make sure this is not from like yesterday and it's already been proven like false or some shit like that. And it wasn't. And I went into the article. I'm like, yo, this is legit. Going to Game Pass day one. And you know what I did immediately after that? I went to look for PlayStation and see if they had a rebuttal of it going to PlayStation Plus. And when that didn't happen, I was like, all right, I can do my video.
Yeah, I see that, yeah. and then here's another thing. Where is this devalue coming from now? Like remember, Game Pass fodder, it devalues the brand. But now we are starting to see these big title games into Game Pass. Obviously, Game Pass is doing something's
right for all these publishers to keep putting their games in there. Square Enix keep teasing shit. Like
something. EA Play is in there. There's a rumor about Ubisoft going in. Game Pass is doing something right for these devs, these studios, to put their games day one into Game Pass. So where is that devalue at? Like, where is it at? Because, I mean, granted, it's only 2 games, and granted, it is Outriders and it is MLB. I get that.
It's 2 games, like 20 days apart, though. Right. Like, that's the thing. Two new games
that are
brand new AAA. By the way, AAA games at this point. Major publishers, like. I don't know. Like I say, all it does is it makes me ask, man, I wonder what's next. All right, so I gotta get to the super chat from Christian Burak, and after this, we're gonna get out of here. He says, "Do you guys think RDR2 will get a 60 frames per second on new gen consoles? If so, when?" Dre, you wanna take a stab at that?
I'm going to say yes, but way down the line. Because right now they got the GTA 5 enhanced edition coming out.
You're right,
and obviously they're working on GTA 6. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many studios Rockstar has, so it could be coming soon, depending on how many studios they got. But if it does, I see that coming way down the line.
Yeah, I do think like Grand Theft Auto, because the Grand Theft Auto one, they're gonna resell you the game, right?
It's supposed to be coming out
this year. Red Dead, they can. I feel like it's a big enough game they can do the same thing, resell you the game with that, or if they wanted to, flex. So Red Dead's still a nice looking game. It's already native 4K on the Xbox One X. If they go and do what other studios did like the BC Plus or that Gen 9 recognition, and where they unlock the frame rate in a game, just boost itself to 60 frames per second, I think that would be good. If they did that would happen a lot sooner. But or if Xbox did FPS boost to it, that would happen a lot sooner. But at this rate, I don't think FPS boost would happen, because I think Rockstar does intend to resell the game for next gen, which would have those enhancements. I just don't know when, bro. It would be nice to happen this year. Matter of fact, I would say it could potentially happen this year, because like I don't know what other major titles is coming out, and you know how publishers do different things to try to fill that void or make a little extra money. So who knows?
Maybe like you think like a Red Dead 1 and 2 bundle. You think that's possible?
It's possible. Not likely unless you think they would enhance it.
Right. Yeah. Right. So
because that would be the first Red Dead Redemption. Because the first Red Dead Redemption would be the first time it's playable on the PlayStation other than the PS3, right?
Yes. Correct. Yeah. So yeah, because GTA is just GTA, and that should be that's probably is their main focus.
Yeah.
And so like if there's another studio that's under Rockstar that can do it, then probably down the line.
Tony Esquire says, although I don't have a dog in this console arms race, Xbox doesn't have any games, and the talk over MLB the show is proof of the fact. Now the talk, here's the thing, Tony. It's not about the talk. We're talking about MLB the show because we want to play a game. It's the fact that MLB the show is a first party game from PlayStation. They make the game. That's the fact. It's not like, oh my God, I can't wait to play MLB. It's the fact that it's shock value. That's all it is. It's shock. It's one thing that the game was coming to Xbox. I did not expect that game to go to Game Pass at all.
Nope. Nobody did.
So that's why the talk is there. We were still high on Outriders. So this came like a curveball, unexpected, wasn't leaked or rumored. People said it out of fun. Out of Jack Move, might have said some shit
like Move did.
Yeah,
he called it.
But I thought he said it out of exaggeration because he didn't like the way PlayStation was moving. But he served right. And so yeah, like dude, like the whole Xbox has a game thing. I still think that's one of the dumbest arguments I've ever heard. Like that people ran with.
I think that argument just comes from Xbox games just aren't on a grand scale aren't better than PlayStation. It's like Xbox exclusives aren't better than PlayStation exclusives.
Which is if people say that, I mean, which is fine. I could live with that. But this whole thing that it results to like, because PlayStation has games that generally score better than Xbox, that results into Xbox having no games. I'm like, all right, guys. But I mean, me and Optimus went at it for a while about that. But man, it's been a great show. Are you going to be on tonight? Is these servers going to come back up? Because I'm trying to play some more video games before I get forced to go to sleep and go to work tomorrow. Ruin the damn week for me.
The boss in the front room, so I gotta see.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where you set up. You set up in your living room.
Yeah, my Xbox.
Okay, gotcha. Oh yeah, that's probably where the TV is. All right.
That's where the good TV.
The good TV is. All right. Well, we definitely appreciate you all coming through episode 12 Blood Talk Games podcast. Hopefully you guys are enjoying Outriders. If it's up and running, we are. We're gonna definitely talk about that some more. We will see you guys next week with another episode. And you guys make sure you follow us on Twitter @KidSmooth, @Notorious Dre, exactly how you see it. And follow us on Xbox Live, bro. So what's your Xbox Live handle, Dre?
I gotta change my name back because I had it as it without the U in Notorious. Mm-hmm. So it's just iOS at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. That ain't me, man. I don't like that.
You think you can do it exactly as your Twitter handle, and maybe you don't require the numbers because you can't do the at?
No, you can't put periods.
Periods. Why would you need it?
No. Like I got periods in between the D.
No, like what about this right here? Like what's on the underscore?
That's too long. It's
Oh,
only
too
12
long?
characters. Yeah, they only allow you 12 characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah. So,
all right, guys. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you guys next week, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Thank you for coming out.